And I'm like, why? Why? But I know why. Instead of losing money on late fees and finance charges like you may have been for years, now you're getting that money back. If the fear of credit cards has been instilled in you, then you need to watch this video because I'm going to share with you 3 things you need to know so that you can actually make money from your credit cards. And just a quick reminder, if you haven't started the November Home Organizing Challenge yet, you can still do that because it's never too late to get organized. And this is the perfect preparation for our Finance Organizing Challenge, which starts next month. The link to the challenge and an essential sorting guidelines chart is in the description box below. So let's clear things up so that there's no confusion about what I am about to tell you. And just fair warning, what I'm going to tell you is going to be opposite of a lot of what the financial gurus are probably telling you now or have been telling you for years. So be warned, it's going to be different. Before I get into why you should use your credit cards, if you have debt, stop using your credit cards now. I don't believe in wasting your money on late fees and finance charges. It's just not worth it. Recently, I posted some real life numbers on Instagram about a friend's credit card debt and what would happen if she didn't pay it off. She had a $5,600 balance that she paid off and she was actually like not feeling good about it. And then I told her, and then I showed her if she didn't pay it off this month, her finance charges would be $76.55 the next month, which is $76 on nothing. You don't get anything from that, it's just thrown away. And then I showed her, I knew she wouldn't like not pay her credit card, but if she didn't pay her credit card for an entire year, that $5,600 balance would turn into $65,000 because her interest rate with her APR was 15.99%. And that, I mean, is absolutely ridiculous, but this is what happens. This is how much it can accumulate if you don't even do your minimum payments. So that's why I believe finance charges are never worth it, and carrying a balance is not worth it no matter what. But any payments you can do are always going to be helpful. And I'll be showing you how to save on finance charges as much as possible. And this should encourage you to pay off your credit cards as quickly as possible so that you can do this. So if you have credit cards that are paid off, use them. Here's the key though, you need to use the one that has the best rewards and focus on just using that credit card so that you can maximize your reward. And if you don't have a credit card that offers rewards, then go and get one. Like here's an example. If you shop at Costco already, then you can go get a Costco card because 1, you'll be able to get the most affordable gas. 2, if you already shop there, it's a no-brainer. And 3, the cashback that you earn on all of these things that you normally would purchase anyways, they will pay for your membership fee. And 4, there is no additional annual credit card fee. Or if you travel a lot, use a card that offers travel rewards. Whatever makes the most sense for you, get that card. Okay, so it makes me nuts when I see people who have no debt and they're really great at living within their means and they have credit cards that earn rewards, and then they say that they only use their credit card for gas or groceries sometimes, but very minimal. And I'm like, why? Why? But I know why. But first, let me get into my next point. So if you can get cashback or travel rewards that could add up to cash and free flights, why aren't you using your card as much as possible? I would even use my credit card for supplies for work or church because I was going to get reimbursed anyways. I was going to be at the store anyways getting things that I needed, and I wasn't going out of my way, and I was taking care of, you know, things for work and church that needed to be done. And by the end of the year, I've accrued rewards and then I get cash back. So once a year, I was getting hundreds back in rewards for things that I normally would buy anyways. And it's all for things that you would buy whether you use cash or you use your debit card. It's just that I'm swiping my card instead. So if you need to pay for these things anyways, why aren't you using your card? So this leads me into my next point. So I know I'm being dramatic. I know I'm being dramatic about wanting to scream why at these people who have no debt and can earn rewards on their credit cards, but I know why. It's because besides the fear that's already instilled in us to not use credit cards, especially when you have just had so much trouble with them in the past, you've accumulated debt, and the good thing is you hate that you've seen the late fees and finance charges and you never want to pay them again. But besides that, most people don't know how to track the use of their credit cards. And out of all these things that I'm telling you today, this is the most important thing to learn. Yes, it is, and yes, it is a little tricky to track the use of your credit cards. For the longest time, I didn't even have a credit card. It's definitely a lot easier to track your finances when you have one debit card and one account, obviously. Especially with a debit card, because your transactions are usually deducted immediately. And then the only thing that you need to really watch for is if you write a check, which is rare. And you just need to take that out of your budget ahead of time. When we use credit cards, however, the charge doesn't usually show immediately. It can sometimes take a few days, or if you eat at a restaurant and you add a tip on top, the initial charge is usually just the base balance of the meals, and then the tip isn't taken out, and you can't even see it on your credit card statement until it's actually taken out of your card. And then add on top of that the transactions you charge today, you don't have to pay for another month. So if you're not being careful to keep that within your budget, obviously you can easily go over if you're not tracking this stuff. And then you get caught in this horrific cycle of compounding interest that takes you even further into debt. Thus the birth of credit card debt and the fear of using credit cards. So when I got a credit card, it totally changed up how I did my own budget. I had to create a whole other tab so that I could track my charges within my credit limit and within my budget. And when I figured that out, I was loving it. I was like, yes, I'm going to make as much as possible on my credit card because I'm going to just charge everything I possibly can on it. And whenever I actually have something that I can't pay with my credit card, like my auto insurance that I just paid, because I pay it annually to avoid monthly fees, I'm like disappointed. I'm like, I want some rewards. And let me give you another example of why I do understand why it's hard to track your credit card charges. So when I was deciding on what I was going to share first, because my passions for organizing your spaces and your finances are equal, I actually, when I was polling my friends to see what I should start sharing first, I actually found out from one of my friends that she was still using my budget. I actually completely forgot that I showed her how to do my budget, but I showed her my budget when I was only using a debit card, and she had been using it all of these years, and I was just amazed. I was like, yes, it is working for other people. I always wondered how teachable my budgeting system was, and for her to be able to use it on her own after me forgetting that I showed her how to use it, and then for her to use it for that many years, because it had been at least 3 years. But when she came to me, she had a hard time keeping up because they had accumulated credit card debt. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I have to show you how I use it with a credit card. So this was a confirmation that I needed to show everyone how to do this as soon as possible. And so it also confirmed for me that I needed to show people that it's actually a lot easier to track your credit card charges than you may think. And the bonus about using credit cards to gain cashback or rewards is that the APR doesn't matter. So whatever finance charge is on your credit card, it doesn't matter, because when you are able to track your stuff properly, you're never going to accrue finance charges. Never, because you're going to be able to pay it off in full every month. And then instead of losing money on late fees and finance charges like you may have been for years, now you're getting that money back. So we are going to be organizing our finances together next month. So be sure to grab the home organizing calendar now if you'd like, if you know that there are some things in your home, because you might find that there are some things in your home that you can even sell to help with your finances next month. And I will be showing you next month how to insert the use of credit cards into your budget so that you can maximize rewards. So be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so that you don't miss that and you never miss another organizing video. Happy budgeting! Oh shoot! Oh no, it's there. Happy budgeting!